What? There's no way. No way.
Yeah.
But then we've got to look at some of these other teams that we need to put on this thing. Are they stronger than some of the other teams?
Mark, what are you saying?
I
What
just,
are
I
you
just,
saying? It's
if they,
China.
I know,
Mark,
but if
it
they,
is China.
Hello. PUBG Nations Cup is just around the corner, so I gathered me, Sayang, Mark Power,
Hi guys, I'm a PUBG caster, and looking forward to PNC.
and mclay.
Hello, PUBG coach for Team Nemesis. Glad to be here.
Hopefully, we will manage to build the most unbiased tier list possible. Okay, so a little context before we start. Obviously, Team Nemesis sends one player to PNC, but we're not here to cheer. We are here to analyze, and all the teams will be judged by the same standards. So, before we start, guys, I want to ask you a few questions. Mark, from your caster POV, what makes this Nations Cup tournaments more unpredictable than other regular PUBG events?
So, two sides to PNC. To PNC as a whole, we have to tackle the fact that this is kind of everyone knows it's a favorite event of mine for two reasons, and one of them is because of it's kind of an all-star event. This is where we see the best players around the world get together and that are kind of mashed into a team. Some of these teams haven't got experience together. Some of them know each other as mates, but we don't have the same synergy like where you guys would have, like where you're with Team Nemesis and you practice and you coach. And this is not the case with PNC. So we see a lot more explosive action with PNC. The other side to it, and we can't hide away from the fact we've got Team Neutral and Team Ukraine here, and there's been questions, especially from the years before, that actually with CIS being one of the strongest sections of the EMEA region that have some of the strongest players in there, it's felt missing from PNC. So for PNC 2026, I think it's going to be quite explosive.
Nice. mclay, I want to ask you, just as Mark mentioned, some teams do not have the same synergy as they do in their organizations. How, in your opinion, these Nations Cup teams make up for the lack of synergy for tournaments like this?
I'd say first of all, we need to remind ourselves that the teams play for their nations, so at least they know each other well. That's at least right. For example, Team Ukraine, we have Diffix in the team with Navi current squad, right? They've played together. They know how it works. They know their strats. Probably, maybe they've prepared some more. I cannot say more. So I wouldn't say that's a much of a problem. The problem here could be that they didn't have too much time to prepare. Some teams were starting to prepare early. Some didn't even play too much with each other. But overall, I think when you're from the same country, share the same interests, I don't see a big trouble here.
Okay. We can start. So, as you said, let's get biased out of the way.
Yeah.
Got to get past out the way first, mate. Come on, okay, you go first, and I'll give you my opinion on Ukraine. Come on.
If everything goes well, I think they're obviously favorites. Might be not the strongest team for now. We need to see how they would perform, of course, but I would put in category of favorites for sure.
I agree. I'd go favourite for this team. There's the only thing I think they need to work on is there's some big characters on this team, and will they gel together? But on paper, I would be also tipping Ukraine potentially to be a favourite, and definitely away from that strong contenders. I'll be putting them in that top category as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
you
you.
both agree. What about Argentina?
It's difficult with this one, right? So I was there last year, and I love a lot of these players, right? I can't see them as a favourite. I'd say there's an argument to say they could be a strong contender, but I would actually push them down to a dark horse personally. Again, you look at that team, you'd expect them to kind of perform on paper. We look at PGSs, it's not quite there for me, and regionals. So I think it's at a push at best. I'd put them at a dark horse, but they could easily drop down to that category below mclay.
Yeah, I do think that many people don't really realize they're pretty strong guys. You can see the results of the last years. they have performed well, even though no one thought they will. That's why I think they might put a great fight this year as well. But yeah, strong contenders is too much. Yet they need to prove us wrong, of course.
So dark horses or need to prove it?
Dark horses.
Okay, we're going well. Australia.
Australia. We know some big names from there. We know one big, huge name. Well, of course, we talk about Zeke. And there's Luke, right? There's Monty, I think, on the
Yeah.
squad as well. And Vlad, the strange thing, they have been playing PNC every year since like 2021, right? Since what they started, and I
Yep.
always felt like they can perform more. Last year was a disaster for them, I think, right? As far as I remember, I would say they need to prove it. Just for me, they really need to prove it. It's how it is.
I'd
Just because they
actually,
What do you think?
historically do bad?
yeah. So like, I would even maybe argue say below that, right? They are a dream team. So on paper, as I said before, and the reason why I like PNC is when you put these all-star players together, it's the same squad we see coming over, same coach and staff, and I love the guys. I think they're great. But you've got to remember they bombed out last year really badly. So maybe that you are right. Maybe there's an argument to say they have to prove it. I think put them in need to prove it, but I think we might need to come back and revisit this one because they might end up as a long shot easily.
Mm,
Okay, so for now we put them in need to prove it.
okay.
Okay. Canada.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, long shot. Again, great guys like K Mind and the boys, right? But I can't see it. The 11th last year, this team, yeah, a long shot for me.
You agree?
I have a it's a pretty big deal, right? I truly think there will be a lot of randomness on this tournament.
Hmm.
Um, Many teams will not play out of strats; they will play out of fraggers mainly,
Mm,
because we see big names in here, and no one had time to prepare too much except some
mm.
non-LAN teams, right? Non-LAN players. Um, so I would argue teams that would try to build some sort of structure might perform well. As for me, in such scenario, Canada might be, I don't know, top 10 probably, right? Technically, but they would need to perform for sure. They would need to show
It's
us
a
they can.
difference, though, isn't it? Right? They got K Mine now, so like it's a lot to go on his shoulder. It's a lot to go on his shoulder. I think they can do it. I think they have a level of aggression. I just think they're going to be outclassed from some of these other teams, especially the APAC teams. So it's difficult when it comes down to Canada because they could start really well, and that'd be great. When they get to the final lobby, are they going to be able to throw it against the big dogs? K Mind will have a lot on his shoulders, though.
Yeah, indeed.
So
Yeah, I would agree with a long shot, but I see them as maybe need to prove it a little higher,
potentially.
maybe
Put them in
potentially.
need
Yeah.
to prove it then. Go on, let's put them in need to prove it. Come on. Let's start. Let's put them in that middle category next to Australia.
Okay. Okay. I see mclay convinced you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I might push them down later. We'll see.
Okay, Denmark.
I'm well up here with Denmark. I think they're a great team. I think Ketter's one of the strongest people out there with a bolting. You've got Bloomy at the moment. You've got Gustav, which obviously is now learning from the Falcons. Like, and Mixon is a strong contender. Like, they are a strong candidate. They've got to get through the qualifiers for me. But outside horrible, Mixon, I think, is the weakest player out of a dream team of four. Denmark's well up there for me. Easy, strong contender.
mclay.
Mm. If they are strong contenders, I would put them a little to the right side, right? I wouldn't say they're like a top 8 team for me yet. I would say they're about top 10 because once again, did we see them prepare too much? I didn't.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And just playing it out, yo guys, let's just go to PNC and let's just play. Let's see how it goes. Maybe it goes well, maybe it goes wrong. but I don't see them being in top 8 yet. So I would say they're either high dark horses or low strong contenders.
Okay,
Let's
we will
stay like
put
that.
some teams in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finland, Satana.
If you need a win, you get a Finn. That's what I've always been told, mate. I think they're dark horses. I think the guys are good. I think when we look at No Slack as a team and actually how they performed, I think they shocked a lot of people. So are they going to do it again? Potentially not for me. I think they've got the strength in a gunfight, a head-to-head battle. But you've got to remember, some of these guys are going to be, again, fighting some of these APAC teams. And can they keep up with the pacing? I think it's going to be difficult. I'm undecided of where you lay these guys down, mclay. I don't know if you've got more of a thought process with them.
You know, it's such a strange feeling. I do remember their OG squad, right? Sempty, Jempty, Skushki. Who else was there? I like they were so strong back then, right? They were contenders back then for sure, and I don't think they have shown their full potential in their OG lineup. This now is kind of new guys jumping in. We've seen them play well, right? Noslak played well in PEC.
So well.
Three of them are on the current squad, and they have Kurexi in, which is for sure an upgrade, right? I can see them being dark horses, maybe even strong contenders, potentially. We'll see, but dark horses for sure.
I'd agree. Dark horses. Let's pop them there. I think if they start well, I think they will continue to do well. They're definitely a momentum-based team. So I would go dark horses as well. Let's see what they can do.
Before or after Argentina?
I would go after. I think Argentina on
after.
paper has a stronger team with more experience. But yeah, I'd go after.
India.
Do
you know what? I'm gonna throw out there. I actually really like these guys. I met the team in India obviously last year. They were great for community, but they are unfortunately no final team for me. They haven't got the expertise or the experience to be able to throw it down. The only thing they bring to the table, apart from the love for the community, is they can play really random, and sometimes that does catch some teams out. But I want to see this team coming back year after year to again get more circuits and more reps. So like for me, it's a no finals team.
I would agree, though. I have seen them playing in Europe, right? They have tried, they have trained, and I wouldn't say they're that bad already. I think they have trained enough to show us something. They are not going to finals, sadly. That is true. But I would like to see them success and try to sneak into the final. It would be cool. It would be cool for sure.
Only thing they've got is these guys are a new team, but it's a team that played together, right? So there is a argument to say that there is a level of synergy there that they have got compared to some of the teams might not have. But I still wouldn't move them off the final spot. I'd love to be proven wrong here, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Seems fair, but to me it also sounds like it's a team that might be fun to spectate, regardless of how they do.
100%. 100%. They will come up with some random plays, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And it matters just as much.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Okay, Japan.
I don't even realize any nicknames here.
No. So they've got a crossover. So there are some of the players. Gunny is going to be the captain. He played last year for them as well. Fevan is the same. He obviously also played. So they have experience when it comes down to PNC. They play as a 4. They're another team which is a complete roster. Again, which is quite rare, but obviously you need to find the players, and some of the teams have this sort of buy allowance. So I'm going to go a no finals team, I feel, with them. They were pretty low down the rankings last time. They've got some of the same players. I can't see a big change. So again, I'll be putting them in and around India. I'd actually maybe push them. Do you know what? India beat them last year, but it was a different squad. I'd go after India.
Yeah, because I've seen 2 of them, maybe 3, maybe I'm wrong. I've seen 2 of them playing PNC 2025, so last year basically.
Yeah.
But I don't really see Japanese succeeding in the international tournament, sadly, right? Because we knew some teams that have played back in the days, and now this Japan is nowhere near international scene, sadly. Maybe those guys will prove us wrong, right? I hope so. But yeah, for now, no finals for sure.
Kazakhstan.
Ooh, this one's
got
interesting for
we've
me.
got to remember, McLay. We need 8 teams in this no final slot. You know that as well, right? So
We can have like 100% no finals, like, and the long
okay,
shot
interesting.
might be bigger chances to go to the finals. So, what do you think of Kazakhstan? For
I
me,
think this is
it's
a
a
strong
dark
team.
horse. Dark
Yeah.
horse, not in this category, but like overall as a team.
Would you
Are
put
they
them though
strong?
in a long shot because they're a team on paper you look at that could potentially do really well. GT 210 I think played well. Mark obviously been the captain. I'm 5. We know he can pop off as well. Are they stronger than like if we look at this and what we've done now? Are they stronger than Team Australia and Team Canada?
You see, I will compare them with Canada.
Hmm.
Just out of experience, we have Irmak, right? The rest are pretty new to the scene,
Hmm.
to the at least the higher levels of the scene. And then we have Canada with Adam, with K-Mind, Finna, Shinboy. All of them have been here for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
So they might be Kazakhstan might be a little stronger mechanical wise, but I don't think they would outperform Canada. I just don't believe it, sadly.
So are you going
So
need to
long shot
prove
for
it
me.
or long shot?
Long
Okay, I'll
shot.
go long shot. I agree. Yeah. I can't. I get you. They mechanically potentially could be better, but the experience that Australia and Canada have, I think it's going to take them over the edge. So yeah, they've got to come behind them.
Malaysia.
Oh, Mr. Shen.
Mr. Shen, but that is the name. That is the Dreamstar name, right? Mr. Shen.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to hold up the guys?
I mean, Shen and EMPT are good. Let's be
Very
honest.
good.
We need to
And played last year,
know
Mugler.
that. Yeah, what about the other two? I don't really. I know AJ. I've seen him somewhere, but as Slided, I don't know him. So
But you've got to remember last year, even with 50% of the team, they still didn't perform anywhere near. They were above India and they bombed
true,
out. I
true.
think we have stronger players and we are relying, unfortunately, on Shen to hold that team together. And I don't know they've got a full roster that can keep up with things. I'm, I'd be pushing it to say a long shot. I'd be pushing more no finals for them.
Let's stay with long shot for now, because they are better than India and Japan. Let's be honest, they are better.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we might switch it around again.
Go then.
Before or after Kazakhstan?
After.
I'll go after
Uh,
because it's between them being top of that no finals to long shot, so they're sitting in the right ranking.
Okay, Norway.
Come on, this is Norway. This is a big team.
no finals.
What? There's no way. No
Yeah,
way. Really? You don't think they're gonna make it through?
yeah. Sorry, guys. I just
No,
don't believe in
no,
this squad.
no.
I just don't.
I'm going to disagree with this one. They're up at need to prove it. No way. I can't see a world that they're not getting through. Okay, they've got James on there. I know there's some questions about the play and the style that James plays, right? And obviously the ability to settle. I get that. I read a lot about this, right? But him and Ainsley, Tekers, all strong players, all with experience, all know what they can bring to the table. And more importantly, if they have the fans there as well that they had last year, they get cheered through every single day. The only change that they've got this year is they're taking Tekers over Intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd argue that's the right call.
No, I don't know, Mark.
No final, really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
We have
AZ hasn't played PUBG in a while, right? He wasn't here in the scene. Yeah, of
yeah.
course he's experienced 100%. Not gonna argue that, but like I can see them qualifying just because I have seen him play in TMO. I
Hmm.
have been close to those guys. Um, I don't like how he plays. I don't like
We have to go in the
AZ
middle
not
then.
playing.
We have to go in the
Yeah,
middle and it has to go long
long
shot.
shot.
Like the top of the long shot, though, has to be the top of the long shot. 100%. I disagree. I'm going to put it out there. I think they need to prove it, if not higher. But we're meeting them in the mclay on this one.
Let's have all the survival stage teams in here, and then we can switch something around. Okay?
Yeah,
We'll
fine.
see
We're
the
not on the
full
final teams yet.
picture.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have the first big disagreement, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Apart from I'm right, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Taipei.
Oh, good team. Very good team. Are they going to qualify though? They've changed their team up this year.
Yeah.
Again,
Hard to tell. Hard to tell. No, they have Savior, right, who has been here for a long time. I think Lulun is a young talent, right? As far as I remember, he should be pretty good. But
are they going to? Let's start with a question. Are they going to the finals? I'm a no.
They have a chance. I wouldn't say they are like bottom of the leaderboards. They have a chance, but for now, let's go for no finals. Yeah, but above India and Japan, for sure.
Okay, interesting. So I wouldn't go there, but let's leave it there. That's yeah. It depends if they have a good game. We know one good game can change things, especially in the formats, right? So, okay.
I feel like for most of the teams, mclay was the one who was having hope when you, Mark, don't have hope for a team. But for Norway, like
100%, Norway is a team. They are a contender, I'm telling you. I think this is going to be a good team. We have to come back and revisit, I'm telling you. Long shot is undersell for them.
That's very interesting. Okay, Philippines.
Good team.
Ooh, last year's was decent for them, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
They have shown some strong performance. They were like a strong contender, right? Based on results. Can we put them there? No, right? Dark Horses is more suitable, I guess.
They've got most of the same, and they have changed things up. It's 50-50 for me. I'm not wedded to this team. Like, okay, here, let's start with this. Are they better than Canada?
Yes.
Better than Australia?
Questionable.
That's kind of where they kind of sit there. I think they sit in between those two there. And I come back to Canada and K-Ryan. I think if he pops off, that team's going to be performing, right? And then I'd put Canada above. But I think I'm happy with them sitting there at the moment. They have an opportunity to prove it.
Yeah, okay. I would agree.
Oh, mate, I'm going to be biased on this one, mate. Send it straight to the top. Let me start negative now. Let's start negative. They're definitely not a favourite. Team UK. They are a PNC champion, but it has been a while. The guys haven't practiced too much together, but I can tell you there is conversations happening in the background wider around that team and PUBG. So, are they a strong contender or are they a dark horse? I think we cannot live on the fact that we won a PNC. And I would actually maybe put them down as a dark horse. They have the ability to prove it, and I know they're going to slide straight into my DMs and they're going to give me hate. I get it, but they're a strong dark horse. I don't know if I push them to a strong contender just yet.
Do you think they're stronger than Argentina?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But I think they play a different style of PUBG. Argentina's going to play very aggressive. But I think the experience that we see from the team, the fact that it's the same roster going back out, we've gone back, obviously, on the coaching staff. Michael's now performing better than he ever has done before. Obviously, T-Bone's going to be pitting the IGL. Vard is in a much better place as well. It sounds bad. The Welsh Dragon, Fex, I think, is one of the weakest ones on the team due to lack of playing compared to some of the others. But I think overall, they're a dark horse and they could perform really well, but they are a momentum-based team. They need a win. The only thing that puts me against the UK guys is that we like to play this kind of controlled PUBG. And with some of the chaos, with some of these other teams, you can't control those variables. So I think they are better than Argentina, but are they better than a kind of a Denmark? I'm not sure.
No.
Would you go lower than Argentina? I'm happy to take criticism. I know I've got a shirt on. I know I'm trying to bring
50-50 for me. 50-50 for me because once again, last year they would be strong contenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
I
year,
agree.
as you said, Fex didn't really play. I guess same kind of goes for Vart.
Yeah, 100%.
Same goes for Michael. I've seen him streaming a lot. He's playing, right? He's training, I guess. And they have been preparing. They have been playing scrims a lot. So that's why, for me, they're higher than Argentina for now. But they need to perform for sure. They will need to show some stability, right, in their gameplay, not some randomness, random calls. I don't
Oh,
know. That
it worries me with
might
this
be
team
happen.
though. One
Mm.
game Team UK can be. They get reliant on one game. They leave it to the last game to qualify. That's my concern with them. But
But I truly believe if they get a chance, they would perform. If they have a chance, they will not jinx it. That's what I'm concerned.
and they've got that
Not concerned.
experience, right? They're a team that has won a trophy before. As this team, it's not like there's variation in that. So the fact that they've already had the trophy, they know what it takes to get over the line. The question comes, can they do it again? And you've got to remember, it's different with PNC. The land ratios are completely changed. There are going to be a lot of randoms, and that's why I'm kind of bringing them down slightly, because they won't be the best to adapt to things like that. When it comes down to it, it might come down to head-to-head gun skills, and I think Michael will hold the team together on that point.
All right, Turkey.
I
I'm
love the
biased
team, but
here,
I
not in a
disagree.
good way.
Yeah,
Not in a good
yeah.
way.
They are great guys. I think there's a gel and a synergy that doesn't sit with them. I am unfortunately they borderline no finals for me at the moment. But they have the capabilities, because we know Turkey can have one big game. They can obviously put it across the line if they need to. Does Metabay bring something different to the table potentially? But I just can't see him being qualifying.
You know
It'd be a
what I
long
would
shot.
say? Of course, I have seen a lot of Turkish teams playing. I have played against them, right?
Hmm.
Technically. I truly liked Bushido gameplay over
Mm,
Howl, for example, right? Or S2G.
mm,
I like Bushido more on their gameplay. If they can bring back their own gameplay, right? We have majority from the Bushido
mm,
itself. I think they have chances. They have some chances because they know how it is to send.
mm.
they
Yeah,
know
that's the.
they know how to send. That's their strong characteristic. And in such new meta, right, with new shifts, with new circles,
Mm.
it might be good. Might be good. So I would say a long shot, not no finals for now, but not higher than that.
Okay, let's go long shot with them.
Now the last team, right, from the lower bracket,
And
12
arguably
stage.
the other 50% of the new entry into PNC 2026. It's been a while since this team here. If we're putting Ukraine at the top, this team neutral has to be up there. The only thing that I'd put them below a favorite for me and potentially into a strong contender is the pick. Now, when they announced the team, I think there was a big question around this team and actually the pick of team neutral. And is this kind of Patulin to Doozy going to work out? Is Levante going to be able to slot into that as well? We know Patulin and Lou are going to play really strong together. Yeah, I'd be hard pushed to call him a favorite, but I would put him above a Denmark for a strong contender.
I think I would agree. Let's just compare a bit, right? With Team Ukraine, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We have one very good mechanically skilled guy on
Mm-hmm.
neutral team, which is Levante, and we have
Yep.
four on Team Ukraine. Like the mechanical skill gap is huge. Even the Denmark, right? We have
Yep.
Bimi, we have Gustav, and Keter with a bolty.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spawn bolty for him, please.
He's deadly with it. Absolutely deadly.
Yeah. So that's why I think even Twisted Minds, right? We've seen Twisted Minds playing on international LANs, at the PGSs. Did we see them success? They have said themselves they are not prepared for the TPP switch, for the new metas. They're just not prepared enough. Is this team gonna be prepared? Maybe we'll see. But not a favorite for me. They are going to the final though, for sure.
Okay, let's break down. Where would you put them, right? And every point you've said is valid. That we look at Twisted Minds. At what point do we stop saying this is Twisted Mind and giving them that pass, right? I feel like we're getting halfway through this year now, and we're still going. This is Twisted Minds, and we expect them to be up there, but we're not seeing the performance as expected. The change to TBP, that is a big impact. But if we break even down the change, it's the changes, the destructible terrain, the TPP, the additional adds into the game. We're now seeing the zone shifts and the land ratio completely change. I think it is too much. I love Batalions. I love the guys to bits, but they can't deal with the trains. Add in, as you say, that mechanical skill head to head. But I think you have a point. I don't know if you was to put neutral up against Ukraine, I think it'd be a very difficult fight. And I think the synergy in the games that Ukraine have done, I think they're going to come up better every single time. But I am really, really intrigued to kind of see this Batulings and a Doozy combo, because they've both been shining lights on that side for a while. And this is, I suppose, the first time we're going to see them really playing together as a unit. So something magical might come out of this. And that's why I would keep them as a strong contender.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep them there. And we came across a problem here now. We have three teams in no
we
finals.
have to eliminate some, mate. We have to eliminate some. This is what I'm saying to you. We have to get pushed more down. Out of that list, though, who would you go first for no qualification?
Malaysia.
Yep, agree. Pop them down. No finals.
Where exactly?
Pop them down. Let's reorder after, because let's work. Yeah,
Okay.
That's even difficult when we break that one down. I can tell you that. Okay, who else? No finals. We've got to bring up Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, agree. No finals.
And now, for some reason, I want to put Canada in the finals.
But let's talk about it, right? Canada has a strong team. We know they have a strong team, but is it strong enough to get through? When we introduce a team Ukraine, if a team Ukraine or team neutral, let's say they do pop off, or Denmark pop off, right? They're going to farm points, and they are going to take a lot of points away from the lobby. And therefore, does the Canadian team hold up? Does K-Mine, does Shimboy, Finn Adam? We know they're all contenders. I don't know they can have it. I would put them as a no qualifier. But then the question is, how close is Australia to them?
I'm gonna be disappointed in Australia. I just feel like I'm giving them too much credit. As I said, right, the last few years weren't great for them. They didn't really perform well. But once again, are they a long shot? Not really. Like, you want to keep them at need to prove it. You just want to do it, right? But
there's a bit of you loving the players there. We've got to put players out. Players are not going to qualify. Team's not going to qualify. And Canada, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to qualify. I'd love them to prove me wrong. Right?
Yeah, let's put Canada into the no finals, but they should be a bit higher later. We're gonna redo it, the order. Are you happy with 6 teams no finals? Like, to be pretty sure about it. And then
Arsenal take 6 because there's a lot of variables. There are a lot of variables. Good games. Here, I got a question for you. So, would you put Canada down here over Philippines?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would say, in my mind, right, I have these 6 teams who are very likely to be out, and then I would say a long shot. Let's have Philippines down there. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. If I had to swap 2 out, I would go Philippines over Canada, but I'm happy to leave it as it is at the moment. I think Canada on paper is stronger than the Philippines.
We can have Philippines at no finals as well.
You know, we can leave the 6. I'm happy to leave the 6, but I'd be interested to see how this one performs out. Because we've got to rank these 6 now. Canada have got to be on that far left for me. They've got to be the strongest
Yeah.
no finals, right?
Yeah. If we are taking a survival stage, would you think Canada would be top 10, right? Finishing survival stage at top 10, which is not that bad, but they are out. That's where I see them. That's what I imagine seeing them, how they play. Yeah, and
That's my
then let's
logic as
say
well.
Philippines are going to be top 9, for example, top 8, top 9, somewhere there, around there. Turkey, they should qualify, but once again, they can fail. So Norway, they technically, I'm biased on their own side from you here.
They should be up,
I
mate. They
think
should be next to Australia. I'm telling you. Are
okay,
they going to be close?
let's
Are
put
they going
them
to be
next
close
to
to the cutoff
Australia.
line?
Yes,
Alright.
of course. Yeah,
Okay,
let's put it like this. Are you happy with this, Mark?
let's go with it. We now got to put the final teams in, and that might change up again. That's the problem.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Okay, so let's set the lay of the land, right? These teams are already qualified. There's no survival stage. So the first thing we need to address is, are they at an advantage or disadvantage? They're not going to have the games to warm up. They're going to be watching and waiting. I think this is a disadvantage. So can Brazil bring instant heat? It is a strong team. I think 3 out of the 4 are going to be very strong contenders, but are they an all-star roster like we see Team Australia? That's my big question for you.
Based on Brazil, right? If we can gather all Brazilian players and build a star roster out of them, this roster wouldn't be a star roster. But are they stronger than Australia? Yes.
Stronger than Argentina?
Around Argentina, I would say. Around there.
Above or below?
Yeah.
It's got to be above, right?
Let's have them
It's got to be above. Has to be above.
Above Argentina. Interesting.
Yeah. I think they're a dark horse. I think if they get the momentum, they will be off, and it'll be hard to stop them. If teams can stop their momentum for Brazil, I'll be really intrigued.
Hey, China.
China. Oh.
17 gaming plus Spaceman. Spaceman played well. Very strong team. But they're a team which desire reps, right? Are they strong contender or are they dark horse? I think if we look at the finals as a whole, I would even put them down as they need to prove it. I think they could have really good games and they should be a strong contender. But then we've got to look at some of these other teams that we need to put on this thing. Are they stronger than some of the other teams?
Mark, what are you saying?
What are you
saying? It's China.
I know,
Mark,
but if they have one good game, they're off, right? What I worry is they're not going to have that game.
We basically have 17 gaming.
Right? I know, with Spaceman, which is insane.
With Space, it's the same as Team Ukraine, basically. On paper.
Would you put them as favorite then?
No, strong contenders.
Okay,
but
right.
just because China were absolutely favorites almost every year at PNC and they never succeeded. That's why they are not.
That's my logic. But that's my logic as why they come into the dark horse. They're a team that could perform really strongly. On paper, they're a dream team for that region. I just can't see it. Let's leave them here at the moment, but I think we might need to revisit it. They could be higher, they could be lower.
Let's be honest. Can we put them below Denmark?
That is a very different. My bias in me backs the boys from Denmark, right? But my brain tells me that they're stronger than Denmark.
Let's have them there for now.
Okay. Let's come back to it. I love it.
All right.
Mark, I need some comments from you here because I'm a little biased.
Go on then.
A little? Are you sure a little is the right word?
We need to put someone else up there. We have to put someone else up there with Ukraine. We can't leave one team up there. So we are going to come back. Germany, good team. I like team. Obviously, with Justice coming in, Aries, Pains, and it's Chris. It's obviously a change up for them. Their performance was based for last year. We know Pains and it's Chris has played together. Aries and Justice, strong contenders, well played together. I fear that this team is going to be a 2-2 split personally. And we're going to see them not playing as a 4, but playing as two sets of duos. They are practicing. I just concern about the IGL here. If Justice is making the IGL calls, has he got the experience at this level? If he makes a wrong mistake, does he start questioning himself? I'm not quite sure. I could be wrong. They could be having someone else that's making the calls now. So I'm open discussion. I think they're a dark horse. They've got themselves through to the final, but not really on this team, right? There is one person of this team that is here from the last PNC.
Yeah, so this exact person is gonna be IGLing.
Oh, it's Chris.
Chris
It's
is
Chris
IGLing
Argelin.
for them.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting. I didn't know that. That's
which
interesting.
I can't say is an upgrade.
Hmm.
um, just because Chris um, was not in this position for many years. Um, but for me, they're bottom dark horses. Um,
Yeah.
just because they have prepared, I think, enough to not jinx it every game, and especially since they are already in the finals, we have 15 games, right, or
Hmm.
18,
Oh,
15, I
two
think.
fives. If it says fives, and then we got a
Okay,
15-game final.
so 15 games is is not that random. That's why I think they will be around top 8 to top 10, based on the final results. So for me, dark horses, maybe bottom, maybe a little above Finland, maybe. But yeah, that's around there.
Yeah, yeah, they're about par. I'm actually really interested to see how that kind of plays out because it's Chris has always been left to his own devices just to go kill people, right? He's been M249 point shoot go, and he's such a
Yeah.
creative guy. So I'm really interested to see how this kind of plays out. But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Um,
Indonesia.
a good team,
Indonesia.
different team from last year. They performed well. You got to remember they had not a lot of circle luck. Obviously, when it comes to the overall standings, they got first, and they got a lot of wins. If I remember right from last year,
Mm.
they're going to have potentially fan base there, so I think that gives them a bit of a bump. They're not a favorite for me, but I'd put them up there. I would argue that they're up there from my play style point of view.
Up there in favorites or strong contenders?
We need to talk about this because
Neither.
where
Neither.
do you put them in between? Do you sit them in a dark horse? Because then we have to start
Yeah.
having a conversations actually of where do they sit within that dark horse? Are they better than Argentina? Is where I'd start.
I see all other teams. I see all other squads,
Hmm.
players, and I would say Indonesia is high need to prove it. Last year's
High
result
need to
was
prove
very
it.
random for me.
So they done well, remember in the groups, but when it came to the finals, they weren't as consistent. Yeah, I'll be happy with them sitting there.
Okay, finally, yes, we agree.
Yeah, I feel like I was
South
bullied to
Korea.
that discussion though.
Oh, South Korea.
South
You have
Korea.
to give them an extra point. Whatever you say, you cannot get away from the fact that it's on home soil, and the
Yeah.
fans there are insane. Okay, they're already in the final, so they're going to have people already there screaming and shouting. I would argue to put them in the favourite. They're a home team favourite easily.
Yes, I would agree.
I
Yeah.
agree that home ground is a deal breaker a lot
Yeah.
of the times.
So one thing I have in my mind, right? Gyumin, Heather, Heaven, and Seonjan.
Hmm.
That's pretty random squad pick, I would say. That's
Yeah.
pretty random player pick for me. All of them are good in their own way.
Mhm.
Can they can they be a team? That is still a question to be answered.
And I'm with you on that, right? If we took away the South Korea home turf stuff, this team would be a lot further down the list, and I'd even maybe push them into a dark horse category. I think Heather's played well, but you're right, it is a random style mix put together. But I do think it's a strong. Obviously, they haven't got sold this year as well, so it's only Heaven which has got trophy experience, I believe, with the team. But you can't take away a home turf advantage. You can't. The crowd is so loud, so loud.
Hmm. Yeah, let's leave them at favorites. Yeah.
Mhm. There's no
Talent.
question about the next team. I'm sorry. There's no conversation to be had. It is only up there. And I would also argue, I'm sorry, I would put them above Ukraine. Thailand at the moment is insane. Kiss and Scappy, MVPs from the final PGS. They're coming into this one. Belma from Tigger plays well as well. The question is they're going to do this 2-2 split. Now, I'm happy to argue, I know you're slightly biased for Ukraine. I'm happy to argue Ukraine might be higher than them, but that is bloody close, them two.
Let's have them there. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. They have
Listen,
shown the
I was ready
results.
for a fight.
They have shown it. No, they have shown it. Both Navi and Made in Thailand have shown it, right? But more
Yep.
recently and more importantly, the Thailand guys, yeah, they really outperform everyone. They should continue.
Something has just sat right with them. Like this TPP change is just, they are loving it at the moment, and they kind of had this secret sauce that I don't think anyone else is kind of catching up with just yet. There's a question about the zone, obviously meta, and how things are going to shift. Maybe that will kind of reset them. Kiss and Scappy though, they're going to thrive off kills. So yeah, they've got to be up there, if not the favorite to take this home.
Let's be honest though. A little reminder that FS didn't really perform.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
both Tiger, both Belmont, after last year's PGC win, after a switch to TPP, we haven't seen them perform well, really, on both circuits of the PGSs. That's the only concern I have. That's the only concern I have, but yeah, they are favorites for sure.
Still top of the list. USA.
USA.
Hard
It's
for
an
me to
interesting
tell,
team.
very hard.
Let's break down some obvious. It's a 2-2 split, obviously, with a TL and with Falcons. So again, like we see from some of the other teams, Thailand again, are we going to see a 2-2 divide within the teams? It's not quite an all-star roster, not as powerful as A17 Gaming. Let's be honest, when you've got Team China with 3 out of the 4. Cowboy Purdy really strong. Cowboy's popping off at the moment as well. I think Kick's playing it insane as an IGL, and Strimsy's back in it. So I'd argue to say they are a strong contender, but I also worry that they might not perform, and they're definitely a momentum-based team. So do they fall into a category of a dark horse?
I have a concern about having both Kick and Purdy, both IGLs playing in the same team. I think Kick recently just started IGL, and that's why they're gonna leave it to Purdy to IGL. I think they might perform well, right? They should for sure. But I don't know. High Dark Horses suits for me.
Okay,
but once
would
again,
you
I
put
think
them
about
above
Denmark.
UK?
I think they're above Denmark. That's what I think.
They're above
Denmark for me. So then they're going to strong contenders then.
Okay, so above Denmark, but below China. Okay, I agree.
Yeah, that's around here.
The only caveat I would drop them down slightly is the amount of reps the boys have been playing, and does fatigue kick in? But let's leave them there at the moment.
I'm also worried about having 3 IGLs, one newer IGL and 2 IGLs. I think, and because they don't have the practice of the survival stage, they will play the finals immediately. So I think they might struggle with the comms, the communication, and who is the real IGL, who is the co-IGL. So
Purdy's quite calm in his comms, especially when you listen to kind of Team Liquid and how they play. And Kick's the same. Kick's someone that he's not reliant, but if you listen to Falcon stuff, they hoover in all the communications. Everyone has a piece to play, and they take the information in and they make a calm decision out from there. I think they'd be okay. I do think the only question I have is fatigue. Like they've just come off PGS circuits, one team doing better than the other. For some reason, the Americas region seems to only put one American team or NA team in at a time. They can't put multiple for some reason. A lot of travel. I'd be intrigued. Obviously, the guys are there who stayed there, who took the time out for the 10 days and relaxed, and potentially getting reps in as well. I would be surprised for them to drop off that far in the final.
For now, they're technically top 6, which is
Mm.
all right. I think it
Agree.
sounds pretty, yeah,
Reasonable.
trustable. Vietnam, let's go.
All-star
Vietnam.
roster. All-star
Mm,
roster. All got trophies under the belt.
I would say they're top 2 for me. I would say they're top 2 for me for now. We have seen AL perform well on the first circuit. The second circuit wasn't that successful for them. And they have Tanvo from the TE, who is basically the best players from the Expendables, right? Though Expendables didn't perform as well. So we have 4 men from Vietnam that they have chances for the win. They're favorites for me. Are they above Ukraine? My biased opinion, no. My honest opinion, yes. For now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I couldn't disagree with this one. I think if you look at separate the PGS performances, AL, anyone's legend can perform quite well. Momentum based, they struggle, especially when it comes around and we see the circuits, it sort of drops off slightly, and there's kind of an injection of energy, an injection of results. An event like this might play into their favor because it's just they're just in the final. It's just a best of 15. They kind of can do what they want to do, and on paper, this is a team which has delivered medals and results. So they're not as strong as Thailand. On paper, there is an argument to say Ukraine could be stronger. I think the experience potentially might tip towards Vietnam. So I think that's in the right spot.
All right. Do we need to revisit anything?
Definitely confirming Canada and not are out. That's difficult pill for me to swallow. Team UK, I'd like them higher, but I've got to be realistic, and it's been too long. Brazil, Argentina is an interesting one for me. I think Germany's in a good spot. I'm definitely against you on Norway, though. But they're a finals team. But again, if you look at where they position up on the finals, they are going to be, I think, mid to low pack. So I think on this sheet, I'm okay with.
Technically, at this sheet, they are in finals.
Yeah.
They're exactly top 8 from the lower bracket. So, which sounds about right, maybe. So Turkey are contenders, right, to go to the finals. Philippines are contenders, and Canada. That's 4 teams we have that might switch around. Let's say Indonesia, no, Australia. Let's say not performing. They go bottom. Philippines go above. So sounds pretty okay for me.
Interesting. Cool. I'm happy with it.
So this is it. This is our
Lock it in.
tier list.
And then
Yep.
let the banter begin. Let's see who gets through survival stage. Imagine if you get it completely wrong. Imagine it'd be so funny.
I have a
No.
feeling that that might be the case. We might get a lot of things wrong. But just because I think this tournament tend to surprise people, that's why people love them.
Yeah. That's part of the magic, though, from an all-star roster style event. Like, you don't know. You really don't know. Yes, you can look at PGS performance. Yes, you can look at regionals. But when it comes push to shove, these are international games. There is a lot of random, and we've had just an update as well. So really intrigued to see the land ratio and how it's going to affect these players. And I think experience will come out on top.
So there you have it. This is our PNC 2026 tier list. If you disagree with it, please blame me and let us know in the comments. If you agree, still let us know in the comments. That would be fun. Also, please follow Mark Power, follow mclay, follow Team Nemesis, because this is just the start. We're going to release more and more and more PUBG content, so you want to stay.